I have fun. I drive all the time on Navigator and Autopilot. But what I try to say here, the level of capabilities the regulators allow here in Europe, driving that vehicle in Europe is limited from and by the regulators. Most people believe, oh, the car is really not acting like I wanted. This is really shitty, and I don't like that. And that's fair. But this is partly, at least, based on the regulation.
Uh-huh.
Why I dare to say that? I dare to say it because I've been driving Navigate on Autopilot and Autopilot in the US on US roads when I
Uh-huh.
was there in 2000 last year in September for Battery Day. So I got actually a lot of offers from my network to drive, and I used that, and it was amazing. And what I learned is that the system indeed works quite different in the US. So we have to realize that there is a different level and different neural nets, if you will, work there. And now number 3 is coming. And Stephen, this is something we didn't discuss before, but something I heard through different channels, and also the podcast from Andre Karpathy you mentioned
Uh-huh.
before, which I
Yes.
highly recommend everybody to listen to twice, because
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's so full of fantastic information.
Uh-huh.
So the full self-driving better in the US is actually almost a different software, a different neural net that is trained right now compared to what we know from Autopilot. So the improvements in terms of over-the-air updates of the Autopilot system, either here in Europe or in the US, are almost, stopped. They just put
Yeah.
very little additions on top,
Uh-huh.
because all energy and all focus goes, for good reasons, on the neural nets they train right now on 3D and 4D, and we can explain what that means, Stephen, or you can do that. That goes into the training of that neural net in order to bring out, that system and that
Yeah.
capabilities to more people in the US. And
Yeah.
my prediction is, and that's a bold prediction, I may be completely wrong, and I think Stephen has probably a different opinion here. My prediction and my assumption is that we may even see a situation where Tesla is going from level 2 right to level 4, where you can rely mainly on the car. You still need to be there in case, but the car in the US, at least in certain areas, in China in certain areas, I wouldn't be surprised if China is going to be front runner here as well,
Yeah.
that the car is really driving itself and not going down the rabbit hole with
Uh-huh.
level 3, in particular in Europe, where
Yeah.
where I know that the regulators, this drives them nuts. They don't like it. And they're coming from the world, and I'm ending with that sentence here, as you described, from scenarios. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying listen to the podcast from Andre, because if you listen to it, and you don't have to be an engineer to understand that, if you listen to that, you
That helps if
realize
you are.
it helps, but it gives you a sense how different that what Tesla is doing is compared to
Uh-huh.
everybody else in the market. And
Yeah.
it also gives us an understanding why the regulators in Europe, in my opinion, just don't really understand what Tesla is doing, and why the system is improving like that, and why the scenario-based approach they are pursuing is not the right one for Tesla.